Welcome back to the Sonic Locker Room. This is Bill Althouse of Sideliner Sports, and we're celebrating our 18th year, bringing you the best and the brightest from Eastern Jackson County and the metro area. And it's always so much fun to visit with Addison Nicholas. This is his 4th year as the head tennis coach at Lee Summit North High School, and he brought along one of his outstanding individuals, junior Gage Endicott. And Addison, Liberty North tomorrow, Wednesday, a makeup game against Blue Springs South. Postseason starts this Friday with the individual tournament. Man, how excited are you for this week? A lot going on.
Yeah, it's always fun to get to this point in the season, and just all the work we've been putting in, since the beginning of March, just gets to kind of show in this final week. So I'm excited to watch the boys finish the regular season strong tomorrow and Wednesday, and then see where we can kind of get on Friday as they compete for maybe a qualification for state.
Take a 9-6 record into this week. What would a double-digit win season mean to you and your players?
Yeah, it's always kind of one of the goals at the beginning of the season is to get to there, and we want to be conference champions if possible. We want to win our district and get to state and all of those things. But I think tennis is so competitive in this metro area, and we do a good job of competing, in some tournaments where there's some Kansas schools and traveling down to Joplin and all of those things, and kind of making sure that our schedule is diverse. And so, with that being said, getting to double-digit wins is huge. So it's cool to be sitting at 9-6 with an opportunity to maybe be 10-6 or 11-6 at the end of the regular season.
This is your 4th year working with the Titan tennis team. Everybody on that team has only known you as a head coach. Take us back to your first year. What were your hopes and aspirations? And have you achieved what you'd hoped for back then in your 4th year with the team?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the first couple of years, to be honest, as any first-time head coach, it probably felt like I was drowning at times, But it's just, in my mind, my philosophy is so important to just stick to the things that we want the program to grow into. One of those markers is just opportunity for kids. So this year our team grew to 36 players, and so we're so proud of that. We've never been in the 30s since my 4 years of taking over the team. So just so many more opportunities. About half of that 36 is all freshmen, or is freshmen, so 18 of them. So we're looking forward even now ahead to the summer of developing some of those freshmen. Gage, who's here with me, Endicott, one of our players, started as a freshman, and his hard work has paid off being our number 2 player now. So I just want to keep the program welcoming, growing, and then I think after that, the victories will come. So,
Gage, we're going to get to you in just a second here, but Coach, the tennis and golf are the 2 sports at the high school level that you have so many people come up to you and say, hey, I'd like to do something in the spring. Let me check out a tennis racket and see what I can do. How exciting is it for you to see a young man like Gage, who started as a freshman, and now his junior year, he's your number 2 player?
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's a testament to his hard work and his commitment. He started his freshman year, I want to say, in probably January of his freshman year, started kind of, getting more and more into tennis and really committing to it, taking lessons outside of our season, and really just eat, sleep, and breathe in tennis. And it shows now as a junior. He had the opportunity to play varsity last year. I believe he was our 5 last year, and he just continues to make steps in the right direction. So super thankful for him and his story, and excited to see him just continue to compete the rest of this year and next year.
Gage, I love your story. What prompted you to pick up a tennis racket for the first time your freshman year?
Some of my friends, who's also on the team, Camden, who's our 3, invited me to come play with some friends, and then I just really enjoyed it. And then one of my brother's friends also played on the team. His name was Kieran. He was a senior my freshman year. And so I just kept practicing with him and kept loving the game. So I just kept playing.
How long did it take you before you could go out on the court and just play? Didn't have to think about the position of your feet, how you grip the racket, all the little intricacies that make tennis so interesting.
I'd say I still have to think about some things. I'd say it's a process that doesn't end, but some things become less conscious. Like I don't have to think about my grips too often, but I'm constantly thinking about what I can improve on court.
Do you also play doubles?
Yeah, I play a lot of doubles.
Okay. When you're out there in a singles match, everything's on your shoulders. How much fun is it? It's an individual sport, but the one way you can share it is out there with your doubles partner.
Yeah, I really enjoy playing doubles. I play primarily with R1, and that's always a lot of fun. I like doubles. It has more creativity in the points. I like making the net a lot more than I do in singles. And I really like the volleys and team aspect of having a partner in doubles.
Coach Nicholas, how do you go about putting together your doubles teams?
I think there's so many aspects of the game in terms of, serve, volley, ground strokes, and there's obviously parts of the game that shine more in doubles. So, we just, as a staff, Coach Kramer, my assistant, and I, we try to evaluate those things and try to put together the best pairings that we can. And then send them out there. We also love and enjoy to hear from our players about who we think who they think they fit well with, and who they want to play with, because we want to empower our kids, to feel comfortable out there and confident out there. So it's a combination, of what we're seeing on court, but also just being humble and listening to our players as well.
Gage, what is your strength in doubles play? What is your partner's strength?
I think that the strength I bring to doubles is I have a better serve, and I think I have pretty good volleys. I'd say with Arish, my partner, his strengths are his ground strokes are really great, and he has also really great volleys. So I think that helps to make a lot of points easy, is if I can serve well, and then Arish takes the first volley, that helps win a lot more points.
Gage, a huge week for you and the team. You play Liberty North tomorrow. Wednesday, a makeup game against Blue Springs South. And then Friday, individual tournament play determining which individuals go to state, followed up next week by the team district competition. How are you approaching this week? How can you not let the importance of the big games later in the week, Friday, individual to determine who's going to state, kind of overshadow Liberty North and Blue Springs?
Probably just staying focused on taking each day at a time. So today's practice, preparing for tomorrow against Liberty North, and then focus on that game tomorrow. And then day after that, another match. And then after that, you're looking towards postseason.
Is it kind of weird to think the season's winding down? I've talked to so many coaches, and I used to think everything went by so quickly because I'm an older guy now, and it just boom. Where'd this season go? Can you believe you're at this stage of the season?
No, it's the same way I felt last year. Tennis season is like only a month and a half, and so you're just packed with matches, and then you're just thinking about the matches, you're in the moment, and then by like mid to late April, you realize you only have like a couple weeks left, and it's kind of odd to think about.
Coach, what do you do to fire your guys up and to make them realize that, double-digit win season would be awfully nice? It could happen against Liberty North or Blue Springs South. And then you got the biggest competition of the season up this Friday. How do you keep everybody grounded and focused?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what Gage said. Is just, staying focused on the day at hand. Believing that if we put the work in today, that we will be in a good spot tomorrow, and just continuing to do that. like a chain situation, and let the results kind of happen as they will. So we're confident in our guys. I think our guys are confident in themselves. And that just comes from the belief in all of the work that we've put up to this point, right? Gage talked about how busy the season can be and how quick it can go. And so we're just so proud of the guys and their focus and intentionality. We've got a wonderful group of kids this year that truly love the sport and love each other. So that makes that focus part easy. I think their focus tends to gravitate more towards what's best for the team instead of themselves. Mm-hmm. And that makes our job as a coach easy as well. So,
Coach Addison Nicholas, Gage Endicott, we can't thank you enough for joining us today. Good luck this week, guys, and you're always welcome here in the Sonic Locker Room.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.